So today I am escaping the looming weather and I'm going to be sowing my tomatoes indoors. So far I only sowed some dwarf tomatoes into jiffy pellets. I did Aztek, Venus, I did Balkonzauber, and the new one is Veranda Red. I sowed them directly into jiffy pellets, but the germination was a little bit erratic, as you can see, and that is down to two things. One is that the seeds are a little bit older, and also the place where the tray is near the door and the window, and there is also an old ventilator here, and it's basically way too cold. Only the Veranda Red tomatoes sprouted, they actually sprouted first, and all of them properly. You can see that the true leaves are already forming. These were done on 25th of February. I only started with the dwarf ones for space issues, so if they are going to be a little bit more mature, they are still going to be small enough for me to look after them. If the weather is not great, for them to be unaided outside. I do all my tomatoes outside anyway. So time has come for the rest of them to be sown. So as most of us in the UK and elsewhere in the world as well, space is at the premium. My garden is quite small, and yes, I'm sowing my seeds at the dining table. So how do I do that without the mess is the little container method. So these are containers that I collected through our very occasional takeaway. These are condiment ones. They basically, your chili sauce or garlic sauce comes in these. I wash them and keep them. And what I did was I put a little bit of a kitchen towel in them and stuck a little tape on top, so I can put the variety and the date on top of it, so I don't get mixed up which varieties I'm sowing. As you can see, I have a lot. Now what all seeds need to start is moisture, so I need some water. I've actually boiled mine and it is actually still warm. Purely because it's going to be nice and warm for them to go on to. If the tomato seeds don't have such a problem, they sprout very quickly. But if you were using it for seeds that are that have very long germination, maybe peroxide, it's actually hydrogen peroxide, 3%. This is a food grade one. Would be a good idea to put a teaspoon of it in there, so you don't develop too many molds when the seeds are starting to wake up. So it is very simple. You just put a little bit of water there. So all my containers are ready. All of the tissue paper is wet and we can start picking the seeds. I'm starting with seeds of Costoluto Fiorentino, which is a large tomato, beautiful, lovely taste. And the seed packet that I've got is from Vital Seeds. Now I grew this one last year, and the seeds that I was using was this packet that I got from Italy. That's the picture of Costoluto. It's a gorgeous, beautiful looking tomato. But this seed packet is very old. Now I'm quite sure that I could still get tomatoes out of it. I did last year, and it would still be fine. But the reason why I decided to go for a new packet and with this company is because Vital Seeds are a company that that grow their seeds basically in UK. So whilst it might be the same variety, the seeds that come from this packet are more used to UK conditions than the ones that I got from this seed. So, and obviously the seed is much fresher, so I'm going to get better germination and maybe even stronger plants. So I just popped 5 seeds in there, and now I'm going to close it and label it. The company Vital Seeds uses sustainable packaging, so it comes in this lovely brown envelope, and the actual seeds are in this lovely paper packet as well. Now, I obviously am not going to use all of these, and I would like to save them till next year. So I do have a little plastic baggie that I use. However, I'm using it responsibly. I use it for a long time, and I always reuse them as well. So yeah, so I think it's a very good way to do this. So you can basically save your seeds in the airtight option yourself, and that way obviously there is a little bit less plastic going around. So seeds can be a little bit fiddly, so rather than trying to get them with my fingers out of the bag, I scoop them on a surface. I use a white sheet of paper, because if I put them here, I wouldn't be able to see anything. So like this, I can see them straight away. As tomatoes vary in size when it comes to fruit, also the seeds vary in size. So this one, for instance, is Indigo blueberry tomato, which is absolutely phenomenal, by the way. If you've never grown it, it is just so unusual. And the fruits are cherry fruit size, so the seeds come quite small, and once I have them on the piece of paper, it would be a bit fiddly to pick them up. So I use the pencil method, which Monty Don uses as well. So you just wet the tip of the pencil onto your paper, and then you just touch it, and then you can put it into your container like that. Isn't this easy? Rather than trying to grab it, I would still be here tomorrow. Okay, so there is 5. I do 5 in most of mine, but this is such a unique tomato that I'm going to do more, and I'm going to share it around. So Indigo blueberry, when it starts to ripen, it goes completely violet, not purple, but iridescent violet. It's such a beautiful tomato. And then you of course label it. And the seeds are sown.